Nyesom Wike spoke on Friday, and before that time, we saw the governor of Rivers State commissioning a project that was actually finished and completed by Nyesom Wike. And I listened to the entire 15 minutes of his address, and stylishly and systematically, you could notice the Cold War because he avoided mentioning the name of Governor Nyesom Wike. Did not even give him the credit. Was talking about being prepared to do anything that is possible to defend his people and to defend the people of Rivers State. So on Friday, Nyesom Wike came out to say, look, see, this is just the beginning, that we've not started at all. And Nigerians felt that, after the intervention of President Bola Tinubu, that, they might have shot their sword, and everybody, all is looking good. We saw them in that church service. They were both shaking, and the governor saying that he's my boss, he will continue to be my boss. And I was deceived. I thought by now the tension would have, been de-escalated.
Well, to a large extent, the tension has been de-escalated. If Wike had not talked, we would not have known that things were still bad, because at a point we were thinking that the state would go up in flames. The president's intervention calmed things down, no doubt about it. Even Wike said, well, because of the president, or the president gave instruction, you don't do this, you don't do this. So he is slowing down. It's unfortunate, but Nyesom Wike needs to realize that there is nothing happening between him and Similaye Fubara that is not happening in most states. Governors want to determine their successors, sometimes impose their successors on everyone. But you have no guarantee that the person that you have imposed will be loyal to you all through. There's nothing that they've done to Wike that is strange in the context of Nigerian politics. Nothing. I've seen worse situations. He's talking about 3 months. What is 3 months? There are people who fought their godfather the same week that they came into office. There are people. So if 3 months to him is too early, he should ask Jim Nwobodo. Jim Nwobodo went to bring Chimaroke Nnamani from the U.S. He was a medical doctor in the U.S. Brought him here. He fought Jim. He fought Jim to a standstill. They divided the House of Assembly. At that time, the Jim's supporters in the House were sitting in Abuja. They dare not sit in Enugu. Enugu was too hot for them. Invariably, he was able to win some of those Jim supporters to his side. And effectively, he took complete control. He did not want Jim to interfere in the running of the state. Yeah. It was the same coin that Sullivan Chime. In fact, Sullivan Chime began to fight Chimaroke Nnamani's aides and other people that they were in the cabinet together the same week that I took over. Some of I had friends in the government at that time. People like Ogazimora, Igboneku, Ogazimora. They chased them out of their government quarters the week that Sullivan Chime took over. And Sullivan Chime effectively shut out Chimaroke from affairs of the state. We've also had what happened between the Secretary of Government of the Federation, Akume, and the pastor,
Father Ilya,
that he put from the week that he took over. He left no doubt that he does not want to entertain a godfather. That's what happened. Today, they don't see eye to eye. Today, their aides, they don't like one another. This is a fact. Two different persons did the same thing to the former governor of Gombe State, Senator Goje, Dankwabo did the same thing to him. Remember on the day that Senator Goje lost his wife, Dankwabo came to the house and he said, you, from the inauguration arena, you've not entered this house. You remember? Because we played that video here. They were speaking in Hausa, but I translated it. He said, from the inauguration arena, you've not visited this house. This same woman was the one who used to take good care of you. It was after he died that you knew that this was your house. As if that was not enough. That one left. The same Danjuma Goje brought the current governor. In fact, the breakfast that this one served him is worse than Dankwabo. Dankwabo may not talk. Dankwabo was a gentleman.
He served a warm breakfast. This one is very cold.
You know, the mafia people say revenge is a meal best served cold.
Very cold.
Goje was coming into town for the wedding of his, I think, granddaughter also. They stopped Goje from entering town. How can a governor do that to the person who facilitated his becoming governor? So, see, if you're even, that's why Wike needs to slow down. I know how painful it can be when you feel that someone has betrayed you, and I think it's shameful for them to be bringing ethnic issues into it. It's not, Fubara is not an Ijaw governor. He's the governor of all.
I'm telling you.
Don't bring, because I saw some of the Ijaw leaders that are coming and say, no, that is wrong.
Busy telling them too that.
He could have gone for his own brother, an Ikwere person. And the Ikwere man will win because they have the population.
Yes, the
local governments are the biggest. What are we talking about? So if he went for you, you ought to remember that it's done you a favor. And what Wike is saying is, look, many people have sleepless nights to put you there. You have no reason to treat them shabbily. But as the elder, people were asking him that question, as the elder is the one who needs to slow down a bit. Otherwise, the outcome may not be palatable for him.
Anyway, you asked one of the most fundamental questions during that interview, because you were there, and I watched you. You asked former Governor Wike, sir, is this not karma? I wish our producer can play that. You are trending on social media. You are trending. That's your question. Yes, you are trending. What goes around comes around. You said what goes around comes around. And I was expecting him to. He was dancing around. Yes.
No. He was right.
Yes.
He was right because Amechi didn't make him governor. Never. Amechi didn't make him governor.
No. Amechi didn't make him governor.
Unlike him, he made. You see, there is a difference. I understand where it's coming from. When Amechi ran away to Ghana, he thought he would kill him. They were the ones who fought for him. They were the ones who fought for him. He was right. He made someone governor. Amechi didn't make Wike governor.
BKO.
Amechi went for someone else. Let me get somewhere. Amechi went for someone else. He went for Dakuku. He contested against him and defeated him. You remember?
I do.
So the point that he's making is that, look, the fact that he made him, yes, he was his chief of staff. Yes, he was his chief of staff.
That's why.
But he didn't. The difference. This one, he made him.
BKO, let me land.
He was his chief of staff, and he worked hard to make Amechi governor.
BKO, let me land. Wike was a chairman of a local government.
Yes.
It was former governor, what's his name? The one before Amechi. Odili. It was under him that he became chairman of Obiakpo local government. And when he was to have the second term, he was having problem. That's to come back as a second term. He was
as local government chairman.
Yeah, local government chairman. He was having problem. He ran back to Odili. Amechi was Odili's younger. He was about to Odili. When Odili had his hospital in River State,
Because his
Amechi was his PA. So we have to understand these issues fundamentally.
And he made Odili to made him speaker. And eventually at the issue when Amechi was having a little problem with Odili, Wike sided Amechi. There were a time they had issue, but they resolved that issue. He now became chief. If Wike was not made chief of staff to Amechi, at what point will he start talking of the issue of becoming where he became minister? He didn't become minister. But I knew that no matter whatever Wike says, in as much as I know the cases are not exactly the same. That's the point I make.
No, I'm not saying
he didn't make him governor, but he made this one governor. That's the point that I was trying to say.
No, that's where I'm heading to, is that somebody will always make someone when it comes to politics.